In the world of business, very few names carry the same weight as Jeff Bezos. He didn't just build a company. He changed how the world shops, how technology works, and even how humanity dreams about space. Today, Amazon delivers millions of packages every day, but the story behind it didn't begin in a massive warehouse or a billion-dollar office. It began in a garage with the man who refused to think small. This is a story of Jeff Bezos, the curious kid who loved machines, the risk taker who bet everything on the internet, and the visionary who helped shape the modern world. Jeff Bezos was not born into wealth. He was born January 12, 1964 in New Mexico. His mother was only 17 years old.
I was 2 weeks past my 17th birthday and a junior in high school when I gave birth to my first son, Jeff.
She was a pregnant 16-year-old in Albuquerque, New Mexico in high school, which was not cool.
His biological father was not around for long, and when Jeff was still a toddler, his parents divorced. But soon, a new man entered his life, a Cuban immigrant named Miguel Mike Bezos. Mike adopted Jeff and raised him as his own son. The moment changed everything, because Jeff's childhood was shaped by two powerful forces: hard work and curiosity. As a kid, Jeff didn't just play with toys, he took them apart. He built alarms for his bedroom door using electrical parts. He even dismantled his crib because he didn't like being confined. Even as a child, he hated limits.
My name is Miguel Angel Bezos. I was born in Cuba.
My dad was just 16 when he came to America, and not with his family. He was all by himself. I have a hard time even imagining that, but his parents sent him here because under Fidel Castro, they felt like they had to protect him. And fortunately, they could get him a visa.
Every summer, Jeff visited his grandfather's ranch in Texas. His grandfather worked for the United States Atomic Energy Commission. But on the ranch, there was no fancy labs, only tools, windmills, broken machines, and problems that needed fixing. Instead of throwing things away, his grandfather taught him something powerful. If something breaks, you figure out how to fix it. That mindset would later define Jeff Bezos, not just as a businessman, but as a builder.
Texas.
I spent 3 months every year from the age of 4 to age of 16 working on the ranch with my grandfather, which was just an incredible experience.
He was incredibly self-reliant.
He did everything himself. You know, he didn't call a vet if one of the animals was sick. He figured out what to do himself.
As Jeff grew older, one obsession became clear: space. He watched Star Trek and imagined traveling among the stars. In high school, he shocked classmates by saying something most teenagers would never dare to say. One day, he wanted to build space hotels, entire colonies in space, where millions of people would live.
Early age, were you a pretty smart student and your teachers tell you this, oh, you were good? Or
I have always been academically smart.
Most students laughed, but Jeff was not joking. He was already thinking centuries ahead.
I was a good student. I always worked really hard. I was nerdy.
You were nerdy.
I was nerdy.
I was in the goody-goody class of students.
Jeff eventually attended Princeton University. At first, he studied physics, but he soon realized something. The future wasn't just in science, it was in computers. So he switched to electrical engineering and computer science. After graduating in 1986, Jeff moved to Wall Street. He quickly became one of the youngest rising stars in finance. By age 26, he was already senior vice president at D.E. Shaw & Co. The salary was huge. The future was secure. Most people would have stayed, but Jeff Bezos was not most people.
I got the idea to start Amazon 16 years ago. I was working at a financial firm in New York City with a bunch of very smart people, and I had a brilliant boss I much admired. I went to my boss and told him I was going to start a company selling books on the internet. He took me on a long walk in Central Park, listened carefully to me, and finally said, "That sounds like a really good idea, but it would be an even better idea for someone who didn't already have a good job."
One day, Jeff discovered something that caught his attention. The internet was growing at a 2,300% per year. To him, this was not just interesting, it was revolutionary. So he brainstormed business ideas. One idea stood out: an online bookstore.
Hi there, who are you?
I'm Jeff Bezos.
And what is your claim to fame?
I'm the founder of Amazon.com.
Where did you get an idea for Amazon.com?
Well, 3 years ago, I was in New York City working for a quantitative hedge fund when I came across the startling statistic that web usage was growing at 2,300% a year. So I decided I would try and find a business plan that made sense in the context of that growth. And I picked books as the first best product to sell online, which making a list of like 20 different products that you might be able to sell. And books were great as the first best.
At the time, this sounded ridiculous. Why buy books online when you could go to a bookstore? But Jeff saw something others didn't. The internet had no shelf limits. A physical store might hold 100,000 books, but online, millions. Jeff had a choice: stay safe or risk everything. He chose the risk. In 1984, Jeff quit his job. He and his wife, Mackenzie, drove to Seattle. On the trip, Jeff wrote the first business plan for Amazon. The company started in a garage. The desks were wooden doors on legs. Money was tight. Orders were slow. Jeff and his small team packed books by hand. Then, the first book sold. Fluid concepts and creative analogies. A small moment, but the beginning of something huge.
But we can make Amazon.com every bit as fun and engaging as a good physical bookstore. It's just that it'll be different.
Like any other bookshop, this store has shelves, but they are not for browsing. It has a cash register of sorts, but no one is waiting in line to pay. That's because Amazon.com does all of its business over the internet.
What makes us different is vast selection, convenience. We deliver right to the desktop, and also the fact that we're the broadest discounters in the world. We discount over 300,000 titles, basically the best-selling titles. And those are, that's twice as many titles as the largest physical bookstore even offers. Our stock peaked somewhere around $113. Our stock went down to $6.
Most people didn't believe in Amazon. Competitors laughed. Newspapers mocked. And during the dot-com crash of 2000, Amazon's stock fell 90%. It looked like the end, but Jeff stayed calm. He had the regret minimization framework. When I'm 80, I don't want to regret not trying. So Amazon expanded. Books became CDs. CDs became electronics. Electronics became everything.
So most of those internet companies of the dot-com era are out of business.
Yeah.
You survived. What was it that made you to survive, and virtually the rest of them are gone?
Well, that whole period is very interesting because the stock is not the company, and the company is not the stock. And so as I watched the stock fall from 113 to 6, I was also watching all of our internal business metrics, number of customers, profit per unit, everything you can imagine, defects, etc. Every single thing about the business was getting better and fast. And so as the stock price was going the wrong way, everything inside the company was going the right way.
Jeff envisioned Amazon as the everything store. As he introduced third-party sellers, critics hated the idea. But Jeff understood something simple. More sellers equals more choices. More choices equals happier customers. In 2005, Bezos launched Amazon Prime, a yearly fee for unlimited two-day shipping. Investors panicked, but Bezos wasn't selling shipping, he was selling convenience. Prime became one of the most successful subscription services ever.
Convenience. The most recent thing that we've done to increase convenience is for our heavy customers, which is something called Amazon Prime. And Amazon Prime is we only launched this a week ago, and it is a $79 flat fee membership. You pay $79 a year, and you get 2-day shipping for free.
In 2007, Amazon launched the Kindle, a digital reader that could store thousands of books. Publishers were terrified, but Bezos believed it would create more readers. He was right.
It's called Kindle Fire.
In 2006, Amazon quietly launched AWS, a service that let companies rent computing power. Today, it powers huge platforms like Netflix. AWS became Amazon's hidden profit machine. In 2000, Bezos founded Blue Origin. Its mission: make space accessible and protect humanity's future. In 2021, Bezos flew on the New Shepard rocket, a childhood dream fulfilled.
You guys will find that you have passions, and having a passion is a gift. I think we all have passions, and you don't get to choose them. They pick you, but you have to be alert to them. You have to be looking for them. And when you find your passion, it's a fantastic gift for you because it gives you direction, it gives you purpose. You can have a job, or you can have a career, or you can have a calling. And the best thing is to have a calling. And if you find your passion, you'll have that, and all your work won't feel like work to you.
In 2021, Bezos stepped down as Amazon's CEO. He was not retiring, just shifting focus to space, philanthropy, and new frontiers.
Now, talk about a shocking announcement. Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos is stepping down from the helm of the shopping empire Amazon. Yeah, Bezos announced he's going to become the executive chair at Amazon, focusing his energies on new products and early initiatives. And he sees this as taking a huge step back. But what began as his online bookstore in 1994 quickly grew to a mega online retailer with more than 1 million employees. And of course, he is one of the richest people in the world.
Jeff Bezos started with a garage and a dream. Today, his companies influence global commerce, cloud computing, and space exploration. His story proves that big dreams don't need perfect beginnings. Just courage, curiosity, and action.
You can choose a life of ease and comfort, or you can choose a life of service and adventure. Which one of those, when you're 90 years old, are you going to be more proud of?